And we're live. Welcome back to the studios of Tailor Made for third grade, where we have a little bit of third grade magic. Got a special guest star today with this story, coming all the way from kindergarten. My good friend here, Ratatouille Jenkins. Maybe you heard of him, maybe you haven't. He's my little sidekick. And he wanted to hang out with us today for the story. And third graders at home, in the world of Circle Towanda Elementary, you have a story test in 2 days on Friday. Look at this. It's like magic, two ends. Madness. You can't tell because the video is black and white. Is only yellow showing up? My hair and my bracelets? Is only yellow showing up? What's going on with this madness? I wish I had my yellow glasses on.
Wait.
That's crazy. Go grab something yellow and let's test it out and see while we build our audience at home. Ratatouille's grabbing something yellow. The cabinets are kind of yellow, but maybe because I think it's because they're old. Oh my gosh, we've got a yellow ruler. This is an only yellow filter. I want my life to be an only yellow filter. Oh, okay.
Wait, I know another thing that's yellow.
What? Sorry, one last thing and then we'll get this party started up here with the story of the week. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Bring it on down and let's see. He's got a couple to test this yellow theory that we have going on. Yellow!
Yellow guy?
What else you got?
French fries.
Yellow French fries.
Popcorn.
And popcorn. All right, are you ready for the story, Ratatouille?
Yes.
All right, this week's genre is a fable. Remember that a fable is to teach a lesson. The characters are often animals that act and think like humans, like me and my good friend Ratatouille here. And the theme is a moral or a lesson. That, let's mark this as a test question. Ratty? Can I call you Ratty for short?
Yeah.
Okay. A moral is a lesson. So if I say, what is a moral of a story? You would tell me, oh, Mr. Taylor with the yellow hair. The moral is the lesson. Please keep your ears peeled and your eyes if you're following along at home for these words. Elegant, remarkable, flattery, spectacle, and imitation. This, oh, Ratatouille's mom is here.
Oh,
hello. Oh, that's okay. Well, Ratatouille, thanks for joining me for a brief moment. He's got to go home. Kindergarten's a tough gig. He's got to study for his tests tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Mr. T.
What?
We got a baseball game tonight, too.
We got a baseball
Gotta
game.
get you to your
And
baseball
also
game.
the racer.
You can get one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hurry.
Thank you, bud.
You gotta change and we gotta get you to your baseball game, bud.
I see Benji's watching. Hello, Benj.
Do what?
I was just talking to my audience at home.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to Rhett. I didn't realize you had a...
Sorry, I promised the fine folks at home.
That is okay.
Oh my gosh, and these are little fox. These are little foxes, and this is a story I'm reading.
You can show him one.
Can I give you an owl and a fox?
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Maybe if you want, you can give me one of
Rhett,
each.
come on. Come on.
It's a fox. Here you go. Okay, thanks, buddy. See you tomorrow.
Hey, this is a moose.
Oh, what did I give you? Take that one, too.
Thanks, Mr. T.
You're welcome, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, too.
Okay. All right, sorry. Aesop'S Fox. This is from Aesop'S Fox, so it's not the whole tale. I am on page 584, paragraph number 1. Ratatouille's giving a piece out. One summer morning, Fox woke up and started out on his search for breakfast. He couldn't find anything to eat in the forest, so he trotted over to the nearby farmyard and saw Rooster perched on the fence post. "Good morning, Mr. Rooster," Fox said in his most friendly manner. Hello, Watt. Hello, Cole. Hello, Silex. Oh, now my kids are popping up and I see them. "I didn't hear your beautiful voice this morning. Is anything wrong? My day doesn't start without your singing." Rooster proudly shook his crest. "I used to listen to your uncle's song," Fox continued. "Oh, he was a great singer. And so beautiful. I miss his voice very much." Rooster waved his elegant crest from left to right and back again. Remember that elegant means graceful in style and beauty. Jim Bob Brady is the best. I didn't just say that. That's what one of the fine folks at home said. Oh, look, there's my family of the bunch. What a vain fellow, Fox thought. Can you sing as well as your uncle? Fox asked. Of course I can. I sing much better, Rooster finally answered proudly. He opened his beak and took a deep breath. Wait, said Fox. When your dear uncle sang, he shut his eyes very tight and stretched his neck very straight. Then he sang his heart out.
Last piece.
Bye, Ratty.
Bye. Bye, Jimmy.
Bye, bud.
Bye, everybody at home. Watching.
I can certainly do that, said Rooster. He shut his eyes very tight and stretched his neck very straight. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Fox leaped at him, seized him by the throat, and ran toward the forest. Yikes. Violent story. The farmer saw Fox and began to chase him. Stop! Thief! He cried and came closer and closer.
Foxy's lost.
Here's another one, bud. Oh, that's an owl. Gotta hurry though, Mom's trying to get you to your game. There you go. Sorry for the interruptions. Stop, thief! He cried and came closer and closer. My dear Fox, Rooster said as Fox held him tightly in his jaws. Why don't you just tell him that I belong to you? Let's try that paragraph again. I'm all thrown off. This is the rooster in the fox's mouth. My dear Fox, Rooster said as Fox held him tightly in his jaws. Why don't you just tell him that I belong to you? What a good idea, Fox thought. He opened his mouth and called to the farmer. This is my rooster, my breakfast. At that instant, Rooster flew up to a tree branch. The hungry fox said to himself, trotting away, think before you speak. Ooh, that sounded like a moral, a lesson to that part of the story. Ding. As Fox walked along, he heard some strange rasping sounds, and in a few moments he saw a large boar sharpening his tusks on the trunk of a tree. Rook, rook, rook. I beg your pardon, said Fox. Why are you doing that? I'm sharpening my tusks, Boar replied. These are the only weapons I have to fight my enemies. Unlike you, I have no sharp claws or fast feet. Fox looked about. Except for the noise Boar made, the forest was silent and peaceful. Surely this boar was a fool to spend his time this way when there was no need. Cole just noticed that it's an only yellow filter, and I love it. But there's no danger here that I can see, Fox said. Oh, not at this moment, replied Boar. But when hunters come after me with their dogs, then it will be too late to sharpen my tusks. He went back to the tree. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Fox walked away and thought, he's right. If you are prepared to defend yourself, you have nothing to fear. Ding. Possibly another moral. Fox was very hungry now. He soon came upon a large vineyard at the edge of the forest. Bunches of juicy grapes hung from a trellis. They looked ripe and ready to eat. They smelled delicious. What beautiful grapes! Fox licked his lips and jumped up to get a bite of the purple bunches. Not the purple Brady bunches. But he couldn't reach them. He jumped again and again and again, but the grapes remained beyond his reach. He could get nothing. Finally, he turned away and said angrily, I didn't want those grapes anyway. Look at them. They are probably sour. Sour grapes. He walked back into the forest. Boar, who had been watching, said, We often pretend to dislike what we can't have. It was lunchtime now, and Fox was still without food. Then Fox saw Crow sitting on a branch with a piece of cheese in her beak. Surely this is my chance to have something to eat, he thought. And so he addressed Crow. What a handsome bird you are, Fox said. Your glossy feathers are remarkable. Why, I believe not even the peacock's splendor can equal yours. Remarkable, meaning extraordinary or amazing. Crow seemed interested, but still had the cheese tightly in her beak. Your noble face and bright eyes are like eagles. No, not even eagles. If you can sing like the nightingale, Fox continued, I will tell all the beasts that you are queen of the birds. Crow had listened closely and liked what she heard. This fox told the truth. She was handsome, and her voice was beautiful. She opened her beak and sang. Now, if there's any parents who are watching along or listening in the background of this story, I don't want to alarm you with my singing voice, but this is what the crow sounded like. College on a vocal music scholarship. The piece of cheese fell into Fox's mouth. Fox gobbled it up and said to Crow, Never believe flattery. Flattery. Yet my producer said flattery is praise that is dishonest or exaggerated. Look at that crow saying, Caw! Ding. After taking a nap, Fox trotted down the path and saw a rabbit huddled in the underbrush, trembling. A few seconds later, Deer ran past him with terror in her eyes. Fox became alarmed. Obviously, some terrible danger lurked in the forest. Peering over a hedge, he was surprised to see Old Lion snarling and pawing the ground. But when Fox looked more closely, he saw it wasn't Lion at all. It was Donkey. He was draped in a lion skin and was enjoying the spectacle of the forest animals who ran in fear at the sight of him. A spectacle, entertaining sight, or display. Fox leaped over the hedge and stood in front of Donkey. So you aren't afraid of the king of the beasts? Donkey said to Fox in a growly voice. We'll see about that. He bared his teeth and gave his best imitation of a lion's roar. Okay, here comes my donkey impression of the lion's roar. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Fox burst out laughing. You can't frighten me, he said. I see your gray ears under the lion's skin, and I hear your bray. He trotted through the forest thinking, no matter how hard you try, you can't hide your true self. Ooh, I like that question. What was the moral that the fox and the donkey learned together? No matter how hard you try, you can't hide your true self or your yellow hair when you're in a yellow filter. Ding! It was late and Fox was getting hungry again. He sniffed the air for something good to eat, and this time his nose took him to a small hollow in a big oak tree. Inside, he saw some fragrant bread and fruit that had been left by a woodcutter a short time earlier. Fox crept inside the hollow and ate every last morsel. Oh, that was delicious, said Fox. I am finally satisfied. Time to go. But when he tried to crawl out of the hollow, he found he was stuck. He had eaten so much that his stomach was too big to squeeze through the narrow space. To make matters worse, his meal had made him very thirsty. I can't even get a drink of water, cried Fox. What shall I do? Raccoon passed by and heard Fox's lament. You'll have to stay in there until your stomach shrinks again, he said wisely. Next time, don't be so greedy. I think that's how our raccoons talk. Fox had to admit Raccoon was right. He settled back into the hollow. Ah, well, he said, time fixes everything. Fox fell fast asleep, and by the time the moon rose, Farmer, Rooster, Boar, Crow, Rabbit, Deer, Donkey, and Raccoon had done the same. The end. Love, 444. Yellow ruler, yellow bracelets, yellow hair. You can see Smurfette's yellow hair on the window. And a round of applause from Cole and his father. That was our last My View Read Aloud, third grade of the school year. But don't worry, you can come back next year and hear them all again as a fourth grader. Test on Friday, final story test of the school year. Thank you for joining me. I will send it on the Seesaw. I will post it to the YouTube and put it on Google Classroom. Shout out to all the third graders of Third Grade Magic, all 42 of them. 444 to Jim Bob and 444 to Jim Bob's third graders and their families and their friends. Thanks for watching. Tailor Made for third grade. Gonna go live my life in a yellow filter. Oh, Me high school teachers watching. Mr. Challenger, shout out.